assuming it has gone live, but we'll find out in due course. I'll see once you guys start responding. It has actually gone live, although I can't guarantee reliability of connection because we're on a cellular connection again. And I'm trying something very different. So who's here? Mr. Eggcake, the Talker, Stinky Mo, Capsaholic, Zeeble the Fat, Camerton.com has got an advert, CJ Warwick, Steve Odlers. How is the sound? And is the sound a bit muffled? Is it coming from this microphone here? Tell me if you can hear that coming from that. In fact, I can't actually test that. Bloody adverts, yes. Oh, it is coming from that. Okay, I can try relocating that, but that is the microphone. So it'll just be very muffled. Okay. How can I actually test this? Hold on. I'd like to actually hear how this sounds. So I'm just going to test something. It's a new microphone. It shouldn't sound muffled. Let's go to this page here. Let's go to this page here. Oh, it may just be Room Acoustics Plus also. I mean, I can try clipping it to the hat. Hold on, I'll go and get a hat. There's a hat. It may just be the fact it sounds different because it is a different setup. Hold on. Prepare for loud microphone noises. This is my attempt, these microphones, to solve the problems with the MBC being very loud and shouting quite a lot. So this is going to go on like that. This can clip on like that. And we'll try. Is this improving audio much at all? You can tell me what you think of this, if it does anything for it. Not as good as the Rode. It's new. It's not been fine-tuned yet. It is better. Okay, it may just have been from the fact it was it may have just been the fact it was up, well, out the way. Maybe it's the beard is muffling it. Maybe it's acting like a wind muff. Was even better when it was in front of you. Aha. Bassy sound for me better not on the hat. You can't win whatever happens. And the bassy sound is my voice fundamentally. It's far too bassy. It causes problems. What's not going to happen is me holding the microphone in front of my mouth like this all the time, because that would get very annoying very quickly. So on the hat it is then. And you're getting super bassy bear audio. Ah. What colour will it be tonight? Well, Happy Little Fox, aka Benji, you are green tonight. So as you can see, I'm in Gotham City. It's totally living up to its name. I arrived late, very late. At least the flight actually came across this time. Arrived in Gotham City, and because it wasn't, the trains were all off at that time, so, oh, it's just, the image just stopped. I decided instead, oh, that's Super Potato Vision. That's great. But I decided to, oh yeah, that is buffering a lot. The internet connectivity here is absolute, just not great. Oh, buffering muchly. Okay, I know it's buffering for me as well. It's just glitching and buffering. That's terrible. This is because I'm using a cellular connection, and the phone I'm using is actually also acting as the cellular connection as well as doing the streaming. But this maybe wasn't the best approach. It's supposed to be 4G and 5G, but I don't think either of them work. It's just becoming a bit of a grind. Maybe I should ask my neighbour downstairs if I can connect to their Wi-Fi. Anyway, I arrived, the plane finally left and got here late. The trains were off, so I went for the bus. And because the bus wasn't due yet, I went into McDonald's and had myself a fillet of fish, or fillet of fish, as I believe you say in America. And outside, lots of screaming, and then this woman in a big, huge fake fur coat drags a guy with dreadlocks along the pavement. It's very, very odd. It turns out he was the provocateur. A known provocateur. It's okay, I'm on Starlink in a cyclone at the moment. Excellent. Oh, yes, Jack Attacks. Oh, Jack Attacks. Are you about tomorrow? I'll pop in. In fact, you know, MD in Glasgow, I'm aiming to be in Tim Hortons. There is only one Tim Hortons in Glasgow as far as I know, and Argyle, it is in Argyle Street, but the junction of Union Street and Argyle Street. I'll be in there about 3. Greetings, Martin. Thank you for subscribing. Much appreciated. Typical Gotham. It is very Gotham, yeah. The whole place. As time goes on, it just spirals downwards. There's so many homeless people in Glasgow. It's pretty horrible, to be honest, what's happening. Anyway, we have Aftershock. Hot and cool cinnamon. What's the cool bit? That'll be the ethanol. Maybe I shouldn't take such a large one, but that's fine. What is the alcohol content of this? Thank you for subscribing, Frank. Much appreciated. And Hukul Aromat. That's quite a complex name. My apologies if I miss anybody, because where is the alcohol content of this? 30%. It's not too bad. Apologies if I miss anybody because it goes up quite quickly here. Aftershock used to have crystallized sugar in the bottom. That's the sheer saturation. I bet if you put it in the fridge, it would crystallize out. Talking of which, I've been experimenting with the moisture absorbers that use the calcium chloride, and I notice that the ones that have the membrane that lets the moisture through and then it collects in a plastic bag, the sort of wardrobe dehumidifiers, it's actually, as the temperature's dropped, it's actually all recrystallized in the bottom of the bag. It's quite interesting. Jaeger to Scotland going to the World Cup. I haven't a clue. Yeah. Mouse says, if anyone wants a flashy badge before Christmas, then get them in soon. Flashy thing, Etsy.com. Yeah, before all the postage starts giving problems. It probably already is for international postage, but UK it should be fine. Did you bring the flamethrower? There will be flames. Ignited with this spicy little thing here. Probably. Ooh. Scruff Dog is doing super duper on-screen celebrations. Football is for cunts. Well, Mr. Eggcake, that's quite an extreme view. But to be honest, I think I prefer American football over British football, which is largely just very obnoxious at times. UPS slowed a little sadly. But the woofle will happen at the half hour. It's only the baby. It's the normal woofler, grey matter. It's not the super ridiculous one that I've been using in the Patreon streams. We've started the Patreon live streams again. They're much quieter. They've been going on quite a long time, actually. That little blowtorch came from Lidl, didn't it? It may well have come from... It's called the Grillmeister, so I think it may have come from Lidl. Not sure. Germany, so yes, probably Lidl. What brings you over to the mainland? Punctuation rules. It's to marvel at the shit Christmas lighting, fundamentally, and buy Christmas lights. There's no country called Britain. It is England, and British, UK, Scotland, Wales are colonised. And England is notable for having a little island in the middle of it called London, which is financially offshore, apparently, which is where they commit all the fraud. Lovely. 720p only option. It may well be. I'm not really sure what that is. Definitely it's going to be hobbled by the fact this is a mobile stream and will be a bit blippy. Good to see you again. I hear you follow American football. What team do you follow? None of them really, to be honest. But just they had the Glasgow team. Can't even remember what they were called, but they had American football matches next door in the stadium here, and they were just such a nice family event. They were nothing like football matches. They were also extremely loud. Do you like shortbread? And if so, what's your fave brand? This or Mughal? Well, we eat quite a lot of shortbread on the Edinburgh too, just because it's a traditional thing. But I've no particular favourite brand. If it says Owim on it, it's little. This is Grillmeister KM Zundholz International Carol Miller GmbH. It just says Grillmeister. Not sure where this came from. Was it Lidl? Was it Aldi? Not sure. Probably one of them. It has settled down a bit now. I've updated my computer diary. Even Moonpig ditched me. It is not sending a reminder. Ah. I see there's going to be a new boat route between Douglas and Larne in Northern Ireland. 3 sailings a week from March. I don't know. Didn't know this. Glasgow Tigers. That sounds about right, Jack Attacks. Still got our 1960s, should I say, incandescent Christmas lights. Treasure them, cameratim.com. They are so valuable now. I tried the mice and Nutella. They haven't touched it. Really? It's usually completely irresistible to mice. Have you been placing the traps in the correct position along the walls and given their little cubby holes? Any HV tapped here? Not that I can immediately think of. I mean, there will be high voltage stuff, and I do have a high voltage device on its way from China, which is nice. Grillmeister is little. That will be little then. A little bit of violence. I was in Lidl today, but not a main one. It was the city centre one. And it was boring. It was just full of Christmas tat, where all the useful things, all the tools should be. It's just Christmas tat. Boring. And Matthews, that was the thing with this. I was doing a timing belt in the parts guy in the dealership. Oh no, it's just scrolled up. I told him to do the water pump because it's impossible to change without removing the timing belts. You'd need a new one again if it failed. So worst bit is there wasn't anything wrong with it initially. Lovely. The little fairy lights in plastic holly. Oh, I might have some like that. I'm not sure. But the incandescent sets are quite fun to convert. You can still buy them. I think pretty sure that in Glasgow you can still buy the incandescent sets. But I think they've become a bit more expensive now because they're designer. You've collected all of the level 1 emotes, apparently. Our local Poundland is set to close. I was looking in the Poundland in Glasgow and there's nothing new in Poundland. It's just like it's... But One Beyond is interesting. It's got all the good stuff. Poundland has no sex stuff. See, that's disappointing because it used to have all the sex stuff. What's a good way to stop... to keep 18650s from dying in solar stuff in winter, Juntaro Doodles? Bring them in out the cold, because the fact that the 18650s are being charged by winter sunshine at sub-zero conditions is not great. That damages the lithium cells when it's below zero. Due to the inability of the lithium to intercalcate with the electrodes, the graphite. Oh, I saw the super beer with 100% ethanol. See, that wouldn't really be beer, would it? Scrolling. Stream keeps stalling. Yes. Welcome to the future. Welcome to... The internet here has just been very glitchy and bumpy. It's not great. Sorry about that. I can't do anything about it. Everything in Poundland is sex stuff if you're brave enough. Yes, there's some things definitely you shouldn't use. Liz Edwards, potato. It is potato vision. It's blippy. That I can't do much about that. Sorry. Another thing that happened just before the stream started, my Chromebook just shut down. I mean, it was still active apparently, and it wouldn't wake up. It's just, yeah, literally minutes before the stream. Terrible timing. Ah. Last time the water pump failed was on a 1.4 Scotty Fabi like Clive and was told it was an engine out job would cost more than the car was worth. My car is at that stage that it should get retired soon. Max headroom indeed. You'd think in this day and age that you'd have good internet connectivity, but no, apparently not. The pound is still worth more than the Canadian dollar. The Canadian dollar has quite low value, which is disappointing. Back, my PC locked up and took 10 minutes to restart Windows 11. Well, that's Windows. So I noticed there was a Christmas display on Sauchiehall Street, and they've got a wee tunnel that says welcome, and they've got a bit of festoon on it, and it just looks so shit. And it's also got security cameras on it so that people can be caught vandalising it, and it's like, ugh. The mice aren't touching Nutella. You did mention this. That usually they can't find that irresistible. The way to tell if you've got mice is just to put a dab of Nutella on the floor in a corner, so where they're going to actually run a mouse run area along the wall, and just see if it disappears. Giant pube on the keyboard? No. Oh, big long conversations going on here. Anyway, I did buy some fairy lights, mainly just because it's quite good as a source of... Oh, just get this out of the way. The power supply. A 200 LED string from One Beyond, but the most interesting is they're not flashing. All it's got is the nice traditional 31 volt supply that runs sections of... So this is a 200 LED set, which means there'll be 20 LEDs in parallel, and then wired in series with more 20 in parallel, so a total of 10 of them to make up the voltage. And the nice thing is that because it's a nice simple power supply, let me plug it in, there's no fancy flashing patterns or anything. All it's going to do is light up white, warm white. That's all. No flashing, flickering, strobing, nothing. Just white. Linux is what I do for a living, admin for a huge aerospace company. It's amazing where Linux finds its way into. It's everywhere, basically. Everything has to be reliable. There's that thing that they could have used a much smaller box for this. Half the size. Yeah. Yeah, they put it in a big huge box to make it look more, but that just takes space up on the shelf, and shipping it just seems pointless. Don't know how far you are away from Costco. I don't know if we have a Costco, Callum, here. But I've got 5 meters of addressable LED tape on its way to me from China. From AliExpress. Duke, I didn't see that. Duke of Wellington statue's taken on New Look, a pigeon reading a newspaper with a small traffic cone at the top of its head. I once put on the top of that, while I was doing the Christmas trees in the vicinity of it, and I took the traffic cone off the top of the statue, and everybody booed when I did it. But then I put on a Santa hat from Poundland, cable tied it on, but it was stuffed with bubble wrap, so it was like rigid like a cone. But this guy came out of the GOMA, the Gallery of Modern Art, and he's looking at me going, and then it was gone the next day, and I think it was some officious little prick may have taken it off. Someone with a lack of humour. That's basically what we have, except the PSU is shkuko. We have an 800 LED gold and white set outside. Aha. Black earth pin is to open the shutters. It is indeed. That's why there's a plastic pin in that. It's also worth mentioning that that's not Jutai power supply. It's a different brand. Maybe worth opening and taking a look inside. Normally when you unbox them, you'll never get them in again. Oh, as soon as they've been unravelled, Christmas lights won't go back in. Scruff Dog Live is tooting. Not sure what tooting about. He's been on a binge of making little model engines. I have a Linux server on a French data centre. It's been up for 5 years since I replaced the motherboard. Oh, okay. Costco Glasgow St Rollock's Business Park. Springburn. Oh, that's a bit of a distance away. Having said that, the entire 5-metre roll of WS2812B 60 LEDs per metre, which is the same resolution as the flame effect I have in the back of my usual video place, it's something like £4 for the whole roll of 5 metres. Now, 60 LEDs a metre. Sorry, it's not the kink calculator, it's the blue calculator. 60 LEDs a metre. 60 times 5 metres equals 300. And each one, if it was full white, would draw 60 milliamps. 20 milliamps per colour times 0.06 equals 18 amps. Okay, let's not run that at full current. I wonder how many Christmas displays will go on fire with all the pixels. Any thoughts about selling the Glasgow place? Yes, strong thoughts about that at the moment. Happy Little Fox, I've got you on my second Echo show in the kitchen, so can you shout at my mice? Come in, little mice, come and get the Nutella. I go to our local sells everything store, Chrisanne Mark says, talk money after Christmas and buy Christmas lights at 70% off. Ah, that's reasonable enough. Where you stay if you don't have the flat? Just, well, that depends if I come back to Glasgow much at all, because then at the moment every sort of holiday I have is in Glasgow just because the flat's here and I want to check up on it and make sure everything's good. But after that, it could be London, it could be anywhere, because I'm not tied to coming to Glasgow. Have you had your Glasgow place for a while? Yes. I've had it since the 90s. Back when it cost £31,500 for a 3 double bedroom flat. It doesn't cost that now, because property has been speculated on. This is why there are lots of homeless people now. That's not good. Where would you stay in your TAT trips? The Tattoo provides the accommodation, but I might have to contact the accommodation and book it myself and pay for a couple of days extra either side. We need more quackery. There's plenty of quackery. Dolly Parton making a visit. I didn't look for Dolly Parton Prosecco today. I may get a bottle tomorrow because I'm visiting my neighbours tomorrow. Can you get those 24-volt sine light tape stuff, the round cobs with wire links every few inches with WS not fixed? Yes, you can get the sine modules with WS2812B, but it's usually 12 volt And it's usually like three 50/50 LEDs spaced along it, and there's a WS2811 chip in it, so each module, the three LEDs, are all one colour at once. Housing market, it should never have been used as an investment. That's what happens in Isle of Man. As soon as a property comes up, investors jump on it and take it off the market for themselves, and people can only rent places in Isle of Man. That's not that great, to be honest. Mine cost 40k for a 2-bed, 6 times that now. Yeah, at that time I thought it was expensive, but then I heard how much my neighbours had paid for theirs. They paid something like 5,000 for their house, and it suddenly you realise how much the market's been driven up and how the younger generation are just never going to be able to afford their own place. On the Isle of Man, you'll get a big house with a wee bit of land on it for 500,000 or more. It's all great. Did you see the British laser weapon that shoots drones down? Okay, I'm not convinced about this bad wolf, but I'll believe it when I see it. Hopefully not looking directly into the laser beam. How is Kevin? Kevin's probably fine. While since I've seen him, because we just occasionally meet for beer. My parents paid cash for their house in 1970. It was £800. Yeah. It's a shame we don't have a government, but not to worry. What can you do? Anyway, let's pour a beverage and go wild. That's the Caribbean white spirit drink in a plastic bottle, which I shall pour into my Power Strawberry, making sure I get the correct shot glass and not the one with the bubbly water for the Whiffler, which is happening in 3 minutes. And I shall grab a can of Monster energy drink. I noticed that another brand of dilutable drink, Vimto, are now doing a caffeinated version. I should put my mouse flashy badge on. Oh, this holds an entire can of energy drink. Well, that's what you call a Power Strawberry. Yeah, that's wild. Maybe I should have put 2 shots of liquor in that. Maybe I will put another shot of liquor in it just to beef up its ethanol content, particularly given it appears to be diluted liquor. What's this? McKendrick's Blended Scotch Whisky. That'll do. My small 3-bed semi-cost 71,204 an hour, is about double that. House price in Northern Ireland a lot lower than in England. Sometimes I think, there are advantages to places like Canada where it's like so cold that people don't want to live there, that you can get more affordable houses. If you don't mind the cold, that's a good thing. Is this going to overflow now? I may have topped my strawberry up to the hilt. I'll carefully screw the lid on my strawberry, which doesn't look very red now. That's because Northern Ireland is a shithole. That's a rather damning thing to say. It's got lots of great people in it. Why don't I feel like I get an energy boost when I drink Monster or coffee? I just feel that I've leveled off. Yeah, it doesn't stop me from falling asleep. That strawberry is amazing. I think this came from One Beyond. Canada is nice. Anyway, mouse badge. I should have a mouse badge over here. Hold on. There we go. We have a mouse badge and a magnet to hold it on with. I shall stick it on the lapel over here. Super duper. And maybe just turn it like that. That's better. Flashy mouse badge. What's the time, says Liz? It's time for a whiffle. Okay, let's tip this carefully measured batch of whiffle juice in here. Doesn't actually require much. And I shall step back. Now you can get a proper scale perspective on a whiffleation. Oh, quite violent. That's what they look like. Let's go a bit lower. Oh, that's a bit floppy. The video, because it was glitching earlier, it's so far behind. Now I get to watch myself. See, the point at which my video's showing here in my feed, I'm just walking towards the door at the moment. Hold on, I'm blowing the moose. Right, okay, I'll narrate what I've just done. That was a decent fireball. We need more orange stuff. Well, technically speaking, this strawberry has gone very orange. I knocked everything off. What? Anyway, let me, oh, tell you what, you want more orange. I mean, seriously, are these not orange enough? They're mega orange. Black on red mini pewter. Beard pewter. Let me just, actually, you know what, I'll just refresh the page and then it should all be live. There we go. Clive, you need full-size A4 supercomputer as a badge. That would just be a bit too big, yes. Maybe flexible supercomputers. Let's go for a can of Tango, Brad Robshaw says. I've not seen Tango in a while. I suppose it is down there available. I was very tempted by the soft drink called, what was it? What flavour was it? It was rhubarb crumble flavour soft drink at Asda. The bottom half of Clive's trousers network wheel approved. It is chipmunk. It is, what do they call that again? It's not EN417. It's the other one for the orange. Can't remember the name, but no D sound. They're not Morris Pansing Dance. Cherries are good for gout. You can get sour cherry tabs. Aha. What juice is this, I must ask? This is Monster energy drink, this one, with a mixture of rum and whiskey in it, just because that's what there was in the way of spirits. Mind if I pin Mousie's link to the chat? I think you give that a go, Craig. Yes, indeed. RIS3279TOM. Not sure about that. You've gone from my TV. This data connectivity is just guff. It used to be so good here. Gort. That's the one. Jack Attacks. Gort. Okay. They keep changing, which is good, because then you can get loads of the trousers cheap, because then they can't sell them anymore because they're not compliant with their new standard that they just changed to. We were talking about tungsten lights earlier and how you can hack them. Oh, I can't really show. Yes, I can. Well, these flicker. These may flicker because they're using, it's a 20-string set of tungsten lights, but with a rectifier potted into this little lid with resin and some resistors. I think it's 4 resistors. Is it going to flicker because there is no smoothing? Oh, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's not showing us flickering. It's not super bright, but it's very low power, and it's quite nice. It's one of those recreational things that, you know, it's quite nice to hack a string of lights with a little rectifier, and it does, as I say, draw virtually no power. You can leave it on as a night light all the time. Ah. I googled that and the AI says RS3279TOM is a UK railway industry standard for high visibility clothing. Aha. You should see Styropiro's new tungsten bulb. We have monster bulbs in the entertainment industry. What sort of fuse does it have in it? The fuse in that string of lights, the plug, is a 3 amp fuse. Because that's the smallest, typically, that you can get. If that's what you're talking about. You can see the moving one flicker, but nice. Yeah, if you shake them in real life, you can actually get the slight flicker. Because it is, it's going off just at the bottom of each of the sine waves, but it's only 20 LEDs, so it turns on about 60 volts, which is way at the bottom of the sine wave. Does it have a fusible wire? No, because it's an actual double insulated copper British set, well, sold in Britain, but it's an older set, it has proper wire. AI sometimes comes out with utter lies, yes. Fan plant, Clive, you're kind to read my comments. I try and read as many comments as possible. Why would tungsten lights flicker? You can, super bright ones, you can get them to flicker in camera. But they shouldn't flicker normally. Although sometimes you get people using a diode in series with them to cut the intensity down, then they do visibly flicker. Oh, it's a 100 amp 240 volt lamp. That is pretty big. Have you tried Power Brew? I'm not sure, but when I discovered girders, which is whiskey and iron brew, I drank too much of it because it was so nice. Because the flavour complements them well. Yes, Jack Attack. So just in case there's MD else in Glasgow, 3 p.m. Sunday at Tim Hortons. I'll be there if everything goes to plan. Yes, it should be. If you want to join me for a coffee or more. Snip the wires and they're live. No. Spiky DePikey in fluorescent green is lurking. That's a bright colour. It's an impressive colour. It's a very aptly bright green, your name here. Steve or PCB, I relearn Linux every many years when my server isn't in France, falls over and has to be remastered and forgotten what it needs doing again. That's what happens. Frank, me not in Gotham City. Oh. I just discovered that whiskey and Mexican Coke is decent, just what I have in hand, but works absolutely. Lighting bug. Cheap whiskey. What was that? Was it Kraken rum I had that I found in a cupboard and just had it sitting on the kitchen table. And Ralph came in to pick me up to go to the airport. And just at the same point, he said, "Oh, Kraken rum." Just as I said, "You gave me that for Christmas," he said, "It's cheap shit." And then he burst out laughing because he realised he'd just basically described the present from him to me was cheap shit. But it is, it's fine. Nice bottle. Cheap rum, it doesn't have to be expensive rum. Can you tell the difference between good and cheap rum? James Randolph, I take notes every time I set up Linux. Each time it goes faster because I've made improvements. Yeah, Always good to make notes. Like assembly code, I always document it really well because when you visit in the future, it's helpful because it's ages since I've programmed. I've got a project I quite fancy doing at the moment though, and that is just repositioning a bottle of super glue so it doesn't leak. I quite fancy getting one of the little ultrasonic humidifier devices. They're so cheap from China now. It's the thing you pour some water in, it's got the wick and the ultrasonic atomizer, and rewriting the software so it just does little pulses just every so often just to create the little wisp out the top of aromas. But with timing, an external timing circuit where it will discharge a capacitor, an electrolytic capacitor, and then the time it takes to charge it up to a threshold is the point it will be before the next wisp. Southern Comfort tastes quite nice. Ordinary Comfort tastes like fabric softener. Yes. Cheap rum costs less. I mean, rum is one of the cheapest drinks. It's got even cheaper in Scotland because this is 32.5%. And the reason for that is because there are regulations on alcohol concentrations and cost. So this is a plastic bottle with a low alcohol. They don't even call it rum. They call it Caribbean white spirit drink. Can we have a toast to a friend that died? He was in the Bond film The Spy That Loved Me as an extra. Ah, we can. Although I would have to know his name to be able to toast him. We could go take a look at the film location. It's a 4-minute walk from the Solid Rock Bar. White Spirit, lovely, yes. White Spirit. Is it taxed according to percentage? They've got rules to try and cut down alcohol consumption in Scotland, I think. I just got an ultrasonic cleaner. Apparently a whole batch of the same model was destroyed by customs in the UK. What was their reason for that? Toast to Manny of the Stone Roses. To all the people that have passed in the past week. Below 37.5%, it cannot be called rum in the UK. I think that's why the whiskies aren't doing that low alcohol and they're just a bit more expensive. The stream keeps freezing here, but the chat is still moving. Yeah, sorry about that. It is glitchy. I have wine that's 20%. You can add vodka to wine and reinforce it. That's sherry, isn't it, really? That is potent, sugary, burny stuff there. His name is Brian Drury. R.I.P. Brian Drury. In Finland, the maximum strength alcohol that can be sold in supermarkets is 8.2%. Any more can only be bought from the monopoly stores, really. What's the best liquid you've ever tasted? I'm not sure. Usually something with sugar in it. It just means you have to break the law and make your own beverage. 8% is basically cider level, isn't it? I think. Isn't Lambrini 8%? Oh, talk you breaking the law. Brian Drury is the name. Aha. So let me read you one of the latest. I've had another license letter here because they just pepper all their addresses. They're changing their stance here. It's very intimidating. It's great. It says, will you be in on the 15th October? As there's no record of a TV license at your address, you should expect a visit from an enforcement officer. It may be on the 15th October or another day. You could be prosecuted, little asterisk, if you're caught watching, recording or downloading TV programs illegally on live TV or BBC iPlayer. You may have to pay a fine of up to £1,000 plus any legal costs and or compensation. We visit around 5,000 addresses a day. Our officers visit an address every 10 seconds. Day, evening, even weekends. And if no one answers, they can come back. Stop a visit before it's too late by paying for a TV licence that you don't actually need because you don't watch TV. It's just, what a bunch of fucking wankers. Do you know, the BBC figures say, the BBC is still the biggest organisation, and other figures say YouTube's the biggest organisation. YouTube's the biggest in America. The BBC, they're saying, YouTube's very big, but not quite as big as the BBC. And is it Oftel or whatever, the communications standard agency or approval agency, saying YouTube should give priority to promoting BBC content so that we don't lose public broadcasters. And it's like, go fuck yourselves. Yes, fuck the BBC. Yeah, Donald Trump should actually sue them for everything, but you know, all we'll do is it'll be us who pay for it. In the US, a grocery store can get a license to sell liquor, otherwise I think they're capped at 21%. 21% isn't too bad, but the local supermarket, you can buy quite high alcohol stuff at it. I've just squirted juice everywhere, not an excited way. Still paying for BBC. Oh. Public broadcast matters though. It's not public broadcast, it's government broadcast. It's like, it's literally, it is a rant, Liz. It's literally the North Korean Broadcasting Corporation. Did you see Mr. Who's the Boss, I think it was looking at the North Korean smartphones where you can connect to the internet, you can't connect to Wi-Fi or something, which doesn't sound right. But anyway, if you type in certain phrases, it will auto-correct them to ones that are compliant with the North Korean regulations. Dennis, that's talking about bumping off presidents. Can we bump off first ministers and prime ministers? Greetings, Tiantain. Surprised to see you on Twitch. Used to be YouTube. Stop doing it on YouTube just to keep things separate because issues happened on YouTube. News Today says the BBC has lost 1.1 billion as people just cancel the licence and then ignore TV licence inspectors. Good. Oh no. What are they going to give their executives as big handouts and all the useless little farm-dwelling horsey girls, not actual productive farmer farms, but just rich businessman farms whose little kids are given jobs at the BBC? It's just such a rotten organisation, which is a shame because it employs a lot of very good engineers and producers and directors. It's just got this whole burden of useless parasites attached to it. Anyway, that's another rant. Chat paused you to scroll. I shall update. Oh, Wi-Fi is not available in North Korea. That sounds reasonable. Cellular data. Oh, of course, cellular data. That's a good point. That you can only connect and not... it probably is to stop people accessing stuff that they're not allowed to, like, you know, the rest of the world. Horsey girls, I call them horsey girls, Brian Cox. It's the useless little bitches that work at the BBC, and you go in a production and they're standing there with a clipboard because like they've got no actual purpose, and they've all got pet horses. So that's why I call them horsey girls, because they're all poor little rich kids. Oh, do you have a horse? I bet you don't because it's very expensive, you know. My dad owns a farm. He's a rich businessman, commits fraud. Ah, I couldn't tell you what the BBC. I couldn't tell what the BBC content's like. Hmm. So what else is worth mentioning here? What else have I today? Plastic foliage. Sometimes I marvel at the fact that there are factories in China banging out tons. How's the weather here, Henry Kostrov? The island was freezing cold. Here, it's mild and wet. But there's factories in China just banging out plastic foliage. And I was designing some lights that are actually, it's a 3D printed assembly that goes on top of an existing LED light and then lets you stick in foliage. So you end up, for absolutely no good reason at all, with a light with foliage sticking out the top. Let me emulate that. Night, foliage sticking out the top. But in more tastefully than just a light with foliage sticking out the top. Technically speaking, I suppose you could just drill holes and stick it in. But what's clever about this is that these little these little these little foliage things have a really neat construction inside. They've got all these little different height pillars in this moulding. And it means that they take the standard foliage, which is made from a sort of base plastic moulding, and then they just clip the foliage onto it. It's almost like a trident, except it's got 5, so it's a quadrant then. But they've got the central sprig, which is the one with the flower bit, and then they've got 3, but there's a position for a 4th, but they don't use it. I presume it's just to what they need to create the visual effect. But then they can put these in, and if you just put 1 in, that's what it would look like. But they actually effectively put 3 in. And I suppose it makes it very versatile that they could make quite complex displays, and it's just a standard base. But then you end up with a little tub of foliage. How useless. But, you know, so much easier to maintain than actual flowers. The king likes horses, yes. Oh, it's a while since we had a horse in the Embraer too. Good, because it always involves horse shit. That memory of this horse backstage, and they let off an explosive charge on the arena, and the horse just shat horizontally. It was just this stream of shit that went out the back of it. Exciting. Ace of Base, Mr. Eggcake. Do you know what I was listening to recently? I saw the sign, or a sign, but it's played on a street organ. And it made me realise how complex that track is. It's very good. It's good for the roses, though. Yes, Pyjama Speed. But there's not many roses in the vicinity of the Embraer 2. It's a arena. It was horse shit. Lots of it. Martin says, I like and had a horse for 12 years. I was poor with horse, though. They're very expensive pets. Australia is banning social media for under 16s. That seems a bit severe, but in a way I can understand why, because cyberbullying is an issue. It must have been saving that turd fest up for hours. It must have been, Mouse. Can you search in AliExpress toaster nightlight? AliExpress toaster nightlight. AliExpress. Toaster night light. Let's see what comes up with this. Oh yeah. It's a little thing that says toast and it's a nightlight, which isn't really surprising, really. It looks okay. Do they do it in pink? Oh, they do it in pink. Hold on. Is that a switch on the side of it? Oh, it's popped up in the bundle deals. Is pink going to be available? Cookie. Accept cookies. Okay. Oh no, it's only available in yellow base or green. Oh, and the green is the cheapest. Okay. What have I ordered recently from AliExpress? Hold on. AliExpress, my account, my orders. AliExpress unexpectedly closed the connection. LED driver, bit of foliage, another LED power supply, lamp, ozone generator, an odd Mars green LED strip, the 5 meters of addressable LED, the replacement silica gel pendant to replace the pink one, coin mechanism, white LED strip, random Lego-ish type bits, including the illuminated Lego, a hymn audio speaker nightlight, Arabic Quran audio player with 140. It's a square pin plug, Muslim. That's not a good thing because I just trimmed the moustache down recently and look a bit Muslim. It's a plug-in Muslim chant box. Who's it suggested that? And some LED streetlights for Lego. I've ordered lots of things. One pack arrived yesterday actually, because I flew across yesterday. It arrived midday and I had just enough time to actually make the video showing the unbagging of it and testing a little RG45 Terminator. Now bad stream for... Ooh, big glitch. Oh, was it? I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's glitching. Fuck, it's terrible. Really? What is causing this? And I'm getting that it's showing buffering. My apologies. I didn't know Muslim's plugged in. Another awkward moment. It's glitching horribly. It's fucking terrible. Welcome to the future. It really is Gotham City. Terrible. Really, it makes me wonder, is everybody streaming on 5G at the moment? Yeah. Was the Quran nightlight the thing I sent you? What was that? Quran nightlight? Don't know. I have a set of Muslim Ramadan lights. They're the dangerous ones. What happened there? Clive just jumped ahead. It's glitching like fuck, quite frankly. That's not Twitch's problem, it's 3's problem. It used to be so good and they've changed it and now it's rubbish. Reddit Forster, I recently ordered several different sizes of tuning fork, DC power plugs, little tiny voltmeters, some switches and a couple of other things. 11 different types of items, multiple most, all for under £17. That is the joy of... that's the absolute joy of AliExpress, is the fact it's cheap and it's fun. Ah, it's recovered. Okay. Stay off AliEx. No, Liz, I'm going to stay on AliEx. Everything in your house is made in China. And no, it's not using small children working in death factories, as the media likes to point out. Spiky to pikey, your colour here is so bright compared to all the others. It's like fluorescent high-vis yellow, like the workwear. Good colour. I can't get convincing purple LEDs that flash. No. It's such an odd colour. Purple and pink is difficult to get. Turn off 5G in your phone, it will force a more stable 4G connection. Here's the problem. I switched to this phone because the 4G was problematic, and this phone has 5G. Thank you for subscribing again, Sean the Sparky. Much appreciated. I enjoy your content, but no creativity or brains for electronics engineering. Well, keep in mind that, Red Panda, one of my favourite channels is South Main Auto, just because it's not my usual industry. It's car maintenance, and it's relaxing watching other people doing their job. And it's like watching heating guys working heating systems or pipe work. It's watching another trade is actually quite relaxing. I'm going to have another drink. Seems like a good idea. Oh, it's Jägermunion time. Any suggestions for people who haven't died for Jägermunions? Spiky is green here. Yeah. Toxic zombie green. Oh. I tell you what, I've been watching too many of those Sora videos. The Sora AI. And have you seen that artist, that female artist, who is doing the AI generated videos of all these weird creatures dancing? There's so much work involved in getting the prompts for the AI and then the processing. She's doing it in Midjourney and then she's running it through the AI video generator. And then she's also using Suno, I think, the AI music generator. It's very good. Horovac. No, here's a Horovac statement. I mean, I think we should frame this. Fecking hell, Clive's conspiracy theorist today. Bitch, bitch, bitch. Try ingesting some boring acid. Perhaps that will fix it. Horovac. Excuse me, like, if we're talking bitches here, Horovac. To Horovac's utter bitchiness. God, why are bears so grumpy? It's old bears. Love me some Eric O, Brian Cox. Eric O is one of those channels that I try to watch, but I keep falling asleep. Have you ever specifically Jägermunion AliExpress? No. It would have to be a cheap clone, a dangerous one with mercury or something in it to do that. I'm surprised they've not copied the supercomputer. Oh, maybe they have. Dunno. It wouldn't surprise me if they started selling clone badges. I like Horovac. It's my conspiracy theory is decent but bearded. Yeah, quite angry though. He's a cyclist. I just thought I'd say that. And he wears Dayglow Lycra, probably. Random thing I discovered, but it's useful, says Craig. If you get a SIM card from another country and use the roaming allowance on your contract in the UK, you often get a better connection because roaming SIMs will use whatever network is best. Now, that's an interesting thing because I do have a roaming allowance on my Sure contract, but to be honest, on the Isle of Man, but to be honest, roaming data used for video streaming is a terrible idea because as soon as that roaming data allowance runs out, it has access to my bank account, that is Sure, so no, because that would cost a lot. And also, with Sure and Manx Telecom, you get an allowance and it's guzzled up really quickly. With 3, it just pecks at the data. 3 have always been very generous with their allowance of data and the way it's used. Cloned badgers, that's right. Maybe it's Horovac's time of the month. He is going through his period, probably, yes. I'm going to go and get the next drink. I can keep talking to you. Let me know how the audio pans out here, because now I'm walking through, and this is where the road used to cut out, I think. I'm not really sure. It is 2.4 gigahertz, I believe, which has modest penetrability in a building. I think the reason it cut out with the Rode microphone in the accommodation in Edinburgh was because it is all fireproof walls in that place. It's all solid structures. Did it cut out? We have unlimited plans, but they do throttle, indeed. In Finland, all contracts allow roaming within the country. Can you use a dongle? I do have a little router. And it's an old Wi-Fi router, but I went into 3 and said, I'm thinking of upgrading my router, and they said, what have you got at the moment? And I told them which one it was. They said, keep it, don't upgrade, keep that one and just get a new SIM for it. Where is that? Hold on, I'm going to go on a hunt for my router, because this when I initially started using 5G, 4G cellular communication as my data link. This is the unit I got from 3, and it was great. I'm coming back in with the router. My little MiFi. It's this little one. It was fine. Do you know what? This is a built-in battery. I should really keep this charged up to make sure the battery doesn't over discharge. If it's not done it already, I'm going to push the button. Is it going to wake up? It's not waking up. Hold on. No, this has the removable cover. That means there might not be a battery in it. And it also means that it may be possible to just get a new battery for it. Hold on, I'm trying to open it up. It's not opening very easily. Maybe it doesn't open up. Not sure. Oh, there's a button. Hold on. I'll just push the button down. Is that going to make it open up? Yes. I was going to hold you that. It's got all the labels and the data. It's a Huawei model wireless modem. I'll just put my finger over the bits. And takes the SIM cards like that, and it takes a big fat battery. Options. Maybe that's an option for the future. But to be honest, I thought the cellular connection would have been, with the phone, would have been just as good. But anyway, this is an option. Apparently I should keep this, according to 3's staff. But 5G activates the toxin plasmoids in the cats, etc. Do you know, we had a big thing in the Isle of Man that everybody going, oh wow, 5G kills babies, don't do 5G. And it turns out we've never had 5G in the Isle of Man. Because now they're saying that they're thinking of introducing it on the Isle of Man, and all the people that were campaigning against it, saying how dangerous it was, or have suddenly gone quiet for some reason. Also the weird light in AliExpress, Pear Nightlight. Pear Nightlight. AliExpress is full of delights. Pear Nightlight. It's going to be pear-shaped. Oh, it is. It's a strange big sitting pear thing. Oh, yeah, okay. I wonder what power source it uses. Is it mains? Hold on. Oh, God, it's in the bundle deals again. It's just all the shit's in the bundle deals. It's amazing. Oh, no, it's only available in the duck and alpaca. But the pear duck. Oh, right, okay. Are these... Oh, it's rechargeable. Okay, so it's powered by a lithium thal. Lithium. Maximum kaboom. Frank Nederbuddy, thank you for your cheers. Why does a Scotsman roll his R's? To make his kilt swing, of course. Indeed. The mic crackles when you talk loud. Does it actually crackle when I talk loud? It has an option. It's quite a complex system. It's app controlled, the microphone. It may just be peaking, but I have an option to control the gain and also the saturation, but it's pretty hard to test. 3 weeks, bloody what's 3 weeks? Sam Mart. Are you guys getting the crackle? That looks like my bath towel. What? My jacket. I finally get 5G after switching networks. I turned it off soon after. Is it too glitchy? Electron Box. Enjoying my couple of days in Glasgow. The pubs are great. There's quite a lot of pubs in Glasgow. Yeah, we've had that here as well, Wenham too. A cell phone company tried to set up a tower in Rottingdean down the road, but the neighbours petitioned against it, so the company installed a temporary one elsewhere, and now all the neighbours are moaning about poor reception. That's what they get. All these people that complain about 5G are now complaining that their iPhones don't get good reception of data. Mouse, there was a study in a university that announced they had 5G before installing it and logged the spike in health complaints, then secretly turned it on months later and logged a non-spike of health conditions and published their findings. Quite right. The same thing, because they're already working on 6G, keep in mind that 5G stands for 5th generation, 6G stands for 6th generation. It's the communication protocol. It's nothing to do with the wavelengths it uses, although the standard does actually cover the wavelengths, which basically are DC to infrared. That's the best way to describe their wavelengths available. But I know I forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, they're already campaigning against 6G and it's not even been released yet. It's just everything new gets campaigned against. It seems to be human nature. Craggle, Megavoltmeister. Craggle? Latest Windows update is really screwing up my Chrome browser. Softran, yes. With a live in Rottingdean for start, that's just mean cookie software. It's not a great name, Rottingdean, is it? It's like rotten. iPhones, remember when it was just earphones? Indeed. Yeah, some of the things, some of the breakthroughs, well, not breakthroughs, the gradual development of the VR headsets is very impressive. Crackle, very, very infrequently happens, or a lot of complicated audio followed by a loudness spike. That might just be shit data communication, to be honest. Now, I can test. Would you like me to shout and we can test this? This is accelerated volume. Tell me how that actually sounds. Did it clip? Because I do potentially have control over the amplitude given to the recording device and also the automatic gain control and also compression. Clipping. Okay. You were talking about age-related senility. Oh, was I talking about you, Horovac? Was I? You grumpy, grumpy, grumpy old bear. Anyway, whiskey. 3 to 4 cracks. Is it as bad? Clip badly. Is it as bad as the Rode was? Maybe I should have updated the software in the Rodes. But anyway, one of the advantages of these microphones is there's 4 of them. So that's one for me, one for June, one for Kevin, and one for young June. So the NBC can all have a microphone each. I'm pouring 2 shots of whiskey into my strawberry. Do you know, oddly, usually when I get, I don't take air travel too well, so I usually have disrupted sleep after it. But last night I couldn't stay awake, went to bed and just zonked out in the bed and just slept solidly for about 7 hours. That's really good. Dandelion and burdock, otherwise known as, well, the nearest flavour I can think of is root beer. You scared my cat. Oh, grumpy old cunt. Absolutely. Air travel in the same time zone. Yeah, not. It's not like jet lag. Can you search last thing on AliExpress? Chick nightlight type as you should find chicken with bulb in his ass. Do you know what, Henrik Ostrov? Some friends had one of those, and the light bulb got so hot that the cover fell off it. And I gave them the information they needed to modify it, so it ran at a lower temperature. It literally unglued the light bulb up the hen's ass. Does that make sense? No. Good. There's Scruff Dog getting geared up. Can you do more videos of the small distiller? Yeah, I could do Ricardep. Technically speaking, they're slightly illegal, but that's okay. I don't have a problem with that. 5G makes our leaves turn colour and fall off when summer ends. Yes, that James Randolph. That's called autumn. Do you know, my garden is very overgrown in the Isle of Man, but do you know what's really notable at the moment? That it's absolutely full of birds. Like, you know that thing they said during the pandemic, they said, all the birds are dead, there's no bird song anymore, and it's 5G that's causing it, it's a little shit. But my garden is absolutely full of birds. What's the train stand for, Alicop? I don't know. Is it the hype train? They've got a thing called the hype train here. Twitch is quite complex. So was it an LED bulb with overdriven LEDs? It was a little LED circuit board with just, they were just drilling the LEDs, so basically the just egg fell off the bottom of it. It literally laid an egg. Did you abduct those birds? Abduct them? Did I steal them all? Yes. I'm okay with slightly illegal. 100% correct approach. It is radical deviation. It makes things more exciting. I have made my own moonshine. If not done correctly, it's safe but absolutely disgusting. It has all the... It taught me about the... What do they call those again? Those fusel oils that are part of the distillation, and why they have the heart of the extraction and not the ends they discard, the tops and the tails, because that's where all the weird flavours are, and it tastes rank. But it's fun to narrow it down. Oh, they're not seagulls, 2-deoxic. There are lots of seagulls on the Isle of Man, but it's small birds. I've put food out for them. Cake, so probably not the best thing. Maybe I should put seeds out. DCL, if the antenna falls off and hits you in the head, 5G might kill you. There is a great photo online of a small child screaming, and it's basically, there's a shop display, and it's got its head stuck in the 5G shop display. It's pushed its head through it, and there are people all around it trying to get the thing off its head. It's not 5G, it's killing, the wind turbines are killing all the birds, yes, and the dolphins. Moonbear shines, absolutely. I have to wear the bib overalls though, the American bib overalls when I'm making moonshine. The birds at my place, blue tits like peanuts. Peanuts is a good option. And those fatty bonded seeds. The angel share is apparently, it's not, Grelko. The angel share is the bit that evaporates through the wood of the barrel. So the amount of whiskey in a barrel as it ages will actually gradually reduce because the ethanol is escaping. Can you check your mail for a second? I hope you can order the product I've sent there. Which, hold on, which email address though? Because I've got the 2 email addresses. Hold on. There's the official YouTube email address. Oh, there is. Let's take a look at it. Pet heating lamp, animal worm light chicken thermostatic temperature controller heater reptile box heating lamp 220 300 volt. Oh, I know what that is. Yeah, I know what that is. It screws into a lamp holder already way ahead of you because I've already um, made a video about that, but a different one. It screws into a lamp holder and it had a fan. Um, I'd have to hunt for that. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it on my own channel. There's 2,700 videos on my channel and growing. That's not right. Hold on. YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio. Um, Chicken? Inside a Frey Bender's chicken pie? No. Uh, Heater? There's lots of heaters. 21 heaters, actually. That's not bad. This should be doable. This should be doable. There it is. There it is. Let me just give you a link. Get shareable link. Fan heater that screws into a lamp holder. It's not digital though, this one. Let me just put this down here. This is the one that I reviewed. I've been trying to befriend a local raven, but he always takes off when I go out. Treat them, Steve Oddlers. Leave little treats out for the ravens. I quite like the ravens and the crows locally. Although, obviously, farmers don't like the crows because the crows like their seeds. I've just dropped a shot glass. I shall put it up there. There we go. Not clicking that obvious GRU link. GRU? I saw a child jam their hand on the lift door as it recessed and the child screamed in face entering the lift. Good, treasure bloke. I mean, they're going to have to just learn. There are so many things that are designed for safety. Oh yeah, the old one, digital ones have now evolved, I think. Aha, I wonder what its heater is. I wonder if it's using the PTC heater. Love how the green mini pewter light shines through the beard. Indeed. Can put it behind it. Hold on. I can make it the beard pewter to confuse people. Pigeons suck, yes. I had to change the pump. Now, I thought I'd had my pigeon poo foam soap dispenser for a while, but it's only since January that I made the video. So it lasted up until fairly recently, but it's the little foaming mousser bit that blocked up. It seems to be the big problem with the mousse pumps. But I put a whole new mousse pump in it, and it's working again. A bit overzealous. It actually squirts quite a lot out. Ravens like a pint of milk, leave milk out for them in the plastic bottles or paper cartons. They'll come down and open it. Aha. Who makes the mini computers? The little tiny computer is made by Mouse, who is here on the stream. My cat's quite old, he just watches birds. Yes, that's lazy. Could you add it to the bundle deals? I have added it. I have added it, yeah. Pull time, Queen's box story or Hard Rock urinal story? Well, the Hard Rock urinal story is very simple. It might end up in the Hard Rock tomorrow. It's one of the stainless steel urinals, and someone shat in it for some reason. There's a big turd in it, and it was there for ages. Very odd. The Queen's Royal Box also came to mind recently, and that thing that happened. Yes, a secure place to lock the door behind me. The Queen, Her Majesty the Queen's Royal Box, at a certain venue where early on in doing that job I unexpectedly sharted in the loadout because I was really, really ill, and what I thought was a fart turned out to be this bizarre yellow liquid, and it was not good. I went into Her Majesty's Royal Box, locked the door behind me, and removed the offending panties. If anyone wants a flashy badge for Christmas, and get them in soon. mouse is probably mass producing his little mini badges on his pick and place machine. Isn't that the King's box now? There is no lockable box. The royalty have a different approach now. Loads of security around them. Bizarre yellow liquid. I don't know how else to describe it, radical deviation. It was yellow and I shat it. And fuck knows. I was really ill at the time. I was really struggling. And I can only guess maybe it was bile. I'm not really sure. I've never shat yellow stuff before. A co-worker years ago shat his pants at work, clogged the toilet half his underwear throughout the other half, and we had to use the bathroom and the sub-cellar from the 10th floor after that. Oh. Yellow shit is a virus or something like that. Oh, right, that's probably what it was. It was my first exposure. You see, we have this thing that during the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh, people come from all around the world and they bring their diseases with them, and it's called Festival Lurgy. And I think that must have been the early days when I was basically getting gradually acclimatized to every disease from every country all at once, because that's what happens. Every year you get something. There's Brad's Guitar Garage. Greeting, Brad's Guitar Garage. How's things in Australia? Horvath, yeah, shot his load straight into the Queen's box. My yellow ass load, yes. Those old stands were disgusting. They were horrible. They were so unglamorous. Ah, you should have reviewed another email, sorry. Oh, hold on. Are you just sending me lots of emails of things to buy? I should perhaps do this, get people to send suggestions. This is the Pixel Style Nightlight. Oh, it showed it and then it said 404. The item you've requested cannot be found because it's not available in this country. And then it's saying, but you can earn commission off it if you promote it. Really? Oh, look at the different styles of these hen lights. Oh, there's is that UVC? Oh no, it's a UV rays, it's a fluorescent lamp, Reptile Calcium Supplement Energy Saving Lamps. Oh, it's UVB lamp. Ooh, let's add that to cart. Never bought a UVB lamp before. I can't think of a use for a UVB lamp. So what was that thing you actually sent a link to then, I wonder? Because it's not showing it. Hold on, I'm going to try. I'm going to go like this. It's a little... Oh, it's a 16 colours. Now it's showing it. Now it's actually showing it. It's USB rechargeable. It's a Minecraft lantern, maybe. I'll add it to the cart and we'll see what happens. That's weird that it didn't show it, as if it wasn't available. Are you doing an NBC Thanksgiving party? We don't really do Thanksgiving on the in the UK. There is a Thanksgiving thing. At church they used to have Thanksgiving and people would bring in a tin of beans and put it on a table, and fuck knows. I don't know what happened to that. They put random food items on a table. Nowadays that's what you can find in every supermarket, because if you go, it's food banks for the homeless, and the homeless aren't druggies anymore. It's just ordinary people that are homeless now. It's pretty bad. Getting clipping at moderate volumes, by the way. I shall keep that in mind. Maybe the app, maybe the device, maybe that the microphone input device needs to be turned down to that. I don't really know. Give us festivities, Clive. Festivities. There will be a Ralphie stream with me on Christmas Eve. We did it last year and the year before. People with homes also need food banks. You know what? Unfortunately, uh, on the Isle of Man, apparently the horsey girls, the poor little rich kids, have been going to food banks because they're quite privileged and think they should be fed for nothing. They're not poor. They've got rich daddies and they're going to the food banks because they're so used to just being parasites. That's Harvest Festival, surely. Harvest Thanksgiving, yes. What's the time, says Liz? Well, that generally suggests it's time for fire. Let's have a little fireball, shall we? Right, okay. Oh, very moosey. Yes, very moosey. Moosey, moosey, moosey. And fireball. Baby, and fireball. Set the roof on fire. Not much chance here. The flames will not reach the roof here. 11-foot high ceilings. You can work that out in metric if you wish. The ceilings in here are monstrous. It's old flats. It just feels really nice. When I first moved to Isle of Man, the low ceilings of the bungalow just bothered me. Woofling. And the reason they bothered me is because, I mean, I can't reach this. I really, literally, it's still about 4 feet away from my hand. The ceiling is high, really high here. I'm trying to work out how I can show you how high it is. Let me think of this, right? Okay, I've worked out a way to show you how high it is. I'm 6'4". Here is a rod that is quite big. I'll tell you how big this is. It is over 4 feet. It's 53 inches or 1.34 meters. Right, okay. This is me. This is me. It's head height. It's above head height. It's still going up. That's it, hitting the ceiling there. It's a very high ceiling. Ridiculous. Feels great. It's a shame they don't make houses like that these days, but apparently they want to squish as many flats in as possible so the roofs are easily touchable. And the Isle of Man, it's like, literally, it's this above my head. It's like, it just felt, as I went in, it took me a lot of time to get used to it because it just felt like the ceiling was directly above your head and you were just, it was claustrophobic. Not helped by the situation. Tape measure, indeed. I got to deal with Ralphie's co-workers on Friday. Funeral director really appreciated a mere tradesperson turning up at his rear entrance. Joking aside, he appreciated the fact I didn't want to rock up the tool bag and maybe upset a grieving family. Hopefully the message will be passed on through the group. Aha. Yes. Could accommodate a much larger woofler. It could actually accommodate a much larger woofler, yes. If you want to see that, look for my flamethrower video. Hold on. I'm just going to search my own channel. Quick search through 2,700 videos again. No, I've gone to eBay again. That's not right. Flame, about 45 videos involving flames, but it's going to be an old one. Is it going to be Fireball? That is an old video. Oh God, it's like, I'm onto another page here. Not seeing it. Oh, that's an old one. When was that? 2009. Wow. How long has my channel been around? Hold on. Fireball. Nope. What about DMX? DMX. Inside the DMX cat. DMX Fire Machine. Here we go. When was that? That was 2011. That was a long time ago. Get shareable link. So with this link, you can see me firing fireballs in my house. DMX exploding cat. No, the DMX cat. That's a good point. That is a really good point. I want to take this back over with me. Hold on. That is something I have to remember to take back to the Isle of Man with me. Hopefully they won't seize it at customs and stuff like that. It's my DMX cat. I want to take that over to the Isle of Man with me. Because this is my little, it's a tester for DMX networks that lets you connect your phone to it. And DMX and RDM and control stuff. I meant to take that back with me and I forgot. So let's put that where I can remember it. And then I have to remember next time over for the tattoo, I have to remember to bring it back again over here. Okay, I shall put it there. When Clive was a wee lad, yes. 2000 were only yesterday. Oh shit, yes. Don't shave against the grain. Do you know what? Talk about shaving. I trimmed the moustache down. I don't like the moustache going to the mouth, so I trim it down. A bit Muslim stylish. And I get swabbed twice at the airport. But not the last. It was the first time they cancelled the flight. They swabbed me twice, like top of the hands, under hands, and then lift your shirt up and they swab all around your waist and then put it in the machine and then they did it again. Twitch is suspiciously stable today. Something terrible is about to happen. It's not stable at all. But that's my end. You should do a live AliExpress splurge purchase spree so we can all send. That would be interesting. That would be quite fun, Sean the Sparky, doing that. Where you have to suggest things and I add them to the list. Did you get hustled at the airport this time? Not this time. It wasn't too bad. It was the usual. The guy looked at my high-vis trousers and said, "Are there tools in this?" In my backpack, and it was like, no. Anyway, you'll find out when you go through the fucking X-ray machine. Bunch of fucking wankers. It's small town thing. They're just, the security can be a bit anal in the Isle of Man. Quite unpleasant. It's a small bottle light that you showed before or not. Hold on. Let me check. So this one is... Oh, I've not seen that one with a spiral around it. That is weird. That is weird. That's a little touchlight, but with a spiral LED filament round a core. That's quite odd. Strangely, in the most recent bag of stuff I got, that I've just made the video, it's not been released on Patreon or anything. The most recent video, it was another one of the little bottle night lights. I don't know if I've got one here. I don't think I have got one here. Robbie Bobby Jobby is now following on Twitch. That's a bit of a name. A memorable name. I get fingered so many times in airport checks back when I used to travel a lot that I just gave up and wore toe tactors everywhere to make them work for it. I have composite toe cap boots that are plastic. It's not going to shop in the X-ray. Or not in the X-ray, it's not going to shot. It's not going to have the metal detector thing, but they still make me take them off. Do you keep an archive of all your videos? If yes, what do you use to store and organize it? GSS Wizard. I don't. I should, but I don't. Just because of the way I recorded them, and if the worst happened and YouTube just deleted all my videos, it would be gone. I mean, there is some archived on. I was going to say OnlyFans, and that's not right. It's archive.org. But really, I should do better. What are poppers? CameraTim.com. Amyl nitrite, but it depends where you are in the world because they try to keep banning them. What happens in the airport if you have chastity cage or belt? I'm sure sex toys will probably show as you go through the X-ray. The soda stream is Israel, but not electronic blue, so it's fine. B22 Caroline. Every time I do show the soda stream, I do get people saying, "Oh, you're promoting war by using a fucking soda stream." Really? It's on Odyssey, Jack Attacks, but YouTube blocked Odyssey from mirroring the content. So I'd have to upload it manually to Odyssey, which I've not done. Because it's bad enough keeping up with uploading the stuff at the amount of I put stuff out to... There's a lot of time involved in uploading and then editing and doing all the description stuff in the video. Adding the description, my descriptions can be quite long and complicated. Oh, we're supposed to be heading over to Scruff Dog soon. I'm losing track of time. Choosing paused itself. Aha. Poppers, my newsagent used to sell blew your tits off. Really? They sell, I noticed they sell places, the poppers in like Asian shops on the high street. I don't know, I'm not an expert. I've never really used poppers. I bought some when I was young. I didn't know what they were. It's amyl nitrate. You sniff it, it gives you a rush. I just thought that was it. Because I saw another kid buy some and then he put them under his shirt and went, and there's like, and it's like, I tried it and it didn't have that effect. But anyway, it's supposed to basically relax all your muscles so big things can be shoved up your rectum, apparently. I'm not an expert in this, but that's apparently what they do. The guy kept saying back when I told him I don't mind that or the other. But anyway, I think it's time to hand over to Scruff Dog. So, looking forward to a few pints of Pepsi, Grant Rennie. You really have to drink the hard stuff. But anyway, that's the end of the stream, I think. Thanks to Streamglad, thanks everyone. I hope you have a good week and I'll see you back all here soon. Indeed, Redhead Forester. So next week, everything going to plan. Maybe they'll cancel the flight again. But next week it should come from either here or the Isle of Man, depending on what happens. But I'm not really sure yet. The Isle of Man will be a more stable stream. But until then, take care. Have fun, and it is now. Hold on, I have to do the raid, don't I? I have to do the raid. Hold on. Raid. Scruff Dog Live. I just did Scruff Dog Liver. So anyway, we're going to raid Scruff Dog Live. So until next week, take care and have fun, and I shall see you then. And there'll be more technical junk purchased in the meantime. Raiding now. And if you're still here on the stream, I shall catch up with you next week. Take care and have fun.